Well, hopefully we don't have any legal issues.
I can do without it.
Everybody ready? Call to order the regular common council meeting, Monday, May 7th, 7:01 PM. Roll call.
Isa,
Here, President.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Here.
Wellnuts,
Yes.
Burdick,
Here.
Next item is Pledge of Allegiance. The meeting notice.
Meeting was noticed on Friday, May 4th. Agenda is posted at the Post Office, Library, and City Hall.
Council acceptance of the agenda.
Motion to accept. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Public hearing. Did you want to do any background on this, or is open this one up?
I can. You have a resolution in your, I'm looking for the staff report, sorry. There's a resolution in your packet.
Staff report, sorry, I got it a little out of order, is on page, after all the
I
minutes,
saw the finance one, I think.
page 19.
Thank you. Sorry about that. So this is the first assessment, the preliminary special assessment hearing, the public hearing for the sidewalk, 2018 sidewalk project. There's an assessment resolution in your packet. Ultimately, after the hearing, if you wish to proceed with the special assessments to pay for the sidewalk work, you will, in your motion, need to establish an interest rate, the minimum assessment amount, and the number of years that a resident would have to repay the special assessments if they chose to finance the project through the city. And the information on your 2017 sidewalk program, the terms are in your packet if you wish to match those.
Thank you. And we'll officially open the public hearing for anyone that wishes to speak on the sidewalk assessments for 2018 project. And if you would like to do so, go up to the podium and state your name and address, please.
Peter Brown, 1734 North Red Oak Drive, Stoughton, Wisconsin. It appears that from the price, this is going to be a fairly high-quality job, putting in the sidewalk. I wondered what the guarantee was.
1-year warranty?
1 year?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're looking all.
Put it down
Yes,
below
yeah.
there.
There we go.
Lisa Pennington, 1141 Salem Drive. I have no clue with respect to what a reasonable price is in regards to repairing the sidewalk. And I apologize for not maintaining my letter that was kept with respect to deadlines. I'm inquiring, I guess, as to the deadline, if I prefer to have another agency repair my sidewalk other than the city.
That deadline is passed.
Oh, perfect. So then to add to that, is it the city's intent for the homeowner to incur that cost in a one lump sum?
No, I'll use last year's as an example. Last year, if the assessment was over $200, you are allowed to finance it over 5 installment periods over 5 years.
Will this add additional fees to our property taxes?
That's how it's charged, correct, on your property tax bill.
So if we pay the one lump sum, do our property taxes still increase?
No, then you would not have any assessment on. If you came in and paid the entire project, you would not have anything on additional for special assessments on your taxes.
Everybody got sent a letter for what they could do right in advance, right?
Correct.
I did receive a letter. I can't find it.
Yeah. At least you didn't throw it away. At least you didn't say you threw it away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt Peters, 714 West Front Street. I have a bid from Mudjackers that they're claiming that some of this is caused by the city-owned tree. And that's what I'm concerned about, is that in the future, I'm going to keep having problems with this. And also, it looks like when they mark the concrete, there's 3 pieces that should be replaced. They're dipped. So that would, there's a big water problem right there with my next door neighbor from this part of the property. So that's what I'm worried about the most, is his driveway apron is actually up. So I've been trying to get a hold of somebody to come out there and kind of meet with me and look over this, but I haven't been able to resolve that. I don't know what the issue is with that. I've had to call in several times and I can't get to the words.
Oh, cool.
And then this morning, I had actually called, if I do decide to have somebody else do this, that I know the deadline's passed, but they said as long as I get it in, because they're doing my section of the street Monday, I believe, as long as I had this in before Monday, then I can go ahead and use my own contractor.
That's kind of a council, or Tom Hartzell, if he wants to weigh in as a Public Works Director. What we have with our contractor is kind of a guaranteed amount with flexibility, so we would have some limitations as to how many people we could take out of our contract, but if it's just a few, the contract allows for some flexibility for that. So if people, I don't know if Tom, you have any concerns about, at this late date, even the earlier person who asked that question, if they wanted to remove themselves from the program, I think we would be okay from a contract position, but it's kind of, anyone, Council or Tom, if you have thoughts about that?
I would think it's all right, but...
So regarding your first question, certainly we can get you in contact with someone. I didn't realize there was someone who was waiting, so if you can give us...
I've been trying since November to get in contact with somebody.
Oh.
Yeah, try to get somebody
Here, somebody here?
to get somebody out there.
I talked to you on the phone last fall. We just didn't...
We just never connected yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's certainly, we need to make sure that what gets done is in compliance with the ordinance, so certainly that issue is a field issue.
Yeah, some concerns I have, actually, it looks like there's no, their driveway apron is over on my property, according to the plot maps and everything that I've been told from the previous owner. So that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out too as well.
Yeah, we can't do a survey for you. We do our best to determine where the lot lines are.
I'm saying that it is, and I've been trying to get somebody out there to kind of take a look at it with me and try to figure out what we can do about that. Because theirs is actually on my property. Every one of them is over a few feet.
We had a couple instances last year too, and usually our city engineer works with Tom and tries to fine tune that a little bit. We had one up on First Street last year, and they worked. Maybe once you do get hooked up with Tom, hopefully that can be resolved somehow.
Well, I'm a little concerned if the work in your neighborhood is supposed to start on Monday.
Correct.
So, I mean, are you guys going to be able to get together yet this week?
Keep trying.
Yeah.
Because I would hate to have something be done and then you not want it done, or something not get done since they're there, and then come back and have an issue later. Mm-hmm. So I just assume to make sure that you guys are able to connect definitely yet this week, since work is going to be done on Monday in your area.
Yeah, well, I don't know what your schedule is. I work 9 to 5 basically. I have Thursday and Friday sometime available. Thursday might be best.
All right.
So that time we cancel it, I decide to go to private contractor.
Whenever you get there, just call me.
Okay.
And one other issue, oh, sorry, go ahead.
And then, so this would be total of $695. There wouldn't be any finance charges on that. That's what that would be if it's spread over a period of 5 years.
No, there's interest on top of it. That's what the sum is if you paid it when it was done.
Okay.
So then
What's the interest?
they will assign that this evening. Last year it was 3.75% interest.
For 5 years, up to 5 years.
Yeah. Okay. And that'll go right.
Correct, correct.
That'll go right on the tax bill.
So, comment, the tree, I wanted to make sure we touched on that before you left. Many times the sidewalks are impacted by trees, and they are the street trees that are the public's property. And so that is, I'll say that's one of the costs and benefits of having trees and having sidewalks is the contractor will do their best to not damage the tree too much, but will do their best to try to arrest the roots that are causing the trouble if the roots are in fact causing the problem. But it is, it's part of a balance that we have to weigh, and the trees are an important piece of the urban, fabric too, so we have to make accommodations for both.
One other thing, but I don't remember what it was. Also, one of my big concerns is that one spot, I guess Tom might talk about that. Because if they just did the two pieces that they would want to do, there'd be a dip in there, and it's already on the slope, and we've already got a lot of water. Probably throw the next door, and it would just hold water. So I guess Tom might talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I have some follow-ups, is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So, Elisa Pennington, 1141 Salem Drive. I live on the corner of Salem and Marlboro, so I guess because it's all new to me, what did whoever came to do the markings determine, did they use the plat to determine where my property line ends and the next person's begins, so I'm not paying for someone that's not mine?
We do our best to using mapping to figure out where lot lines are, but we don't do a survey. So, no, we don't survey that, so we do, a lot of times there are things in the field that can indicate lot lines, fences, utility boxes, poles, but...
I do have a fence. It's a corner lot.
Okay.
I'm a corner lot, but I do have a fenced-in yard, so...
Yeah, if there's an area that you think is questionable that's marked, that's on a lot line, then you should speak with Tom Hartzell, and he would do his best to figure out where lines are and make sure the correct person is assessed for that.
Okay. And then previous person asked about the warranty only being a year. So in theory, we could be facing this cost again at a future date?
Yes, sidewalks are, we do the program every so often. It's been probably 12 years or 15 since we went through the city comprehensively before the last time. So, yes, sidewalks are constantly in flux because of the way they're built. So everyone who has a sidewalk has a risk someday of a sidewalk being out of compliance.
I can say from experience, we built our house, it'll be 15 years ago this coming fall, and we have one sidewalk block that needs to be replaced, so that's 15 years. And we've got, and they're not huge trees, but one is right by a maple tree, so it's been 15 years,
I'm a transplant, so this is all new.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, I just remember that last time. I don't know if you need my name and address again. So there's some issues with the lead pipes, I guess, and I had heard that there's some grants to get that water pipes replaced, and that is one of my concerns as well, as that water main is right there with sections of pipes that need to be replaced. So in the future, if this pipe gets replaced, I don't want to have to pay for that again.
There are no grants.
So.
For lateral replacement, there are no grants. The legislature, you may have been following recently, has been discussing whether or not ratepayers in a municipality could pay to replace your private lateral. I don't remember. Does anyone know the status? Did that get passed? I'm not sure if that passed, but that's been the debate. So at this point, we're not aware of any grant programs that would replace private laterals. There may be an opportunity in the future for the public to pay for all of those lateral replacements, and that would be a conversation we would have here as a community, is whether or not we're going to do that. So I don't see, unless you choose to replace your lateral, especially since West Fulton Street was reconstructed, so the mains are new, it's pretty far out into the future before that would happen, would be my estimation.
Does anybody know how they do that? Do they pull up the concrete, or do they actually pour underground and push those through?
They can do it both ways.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you. Sure.
We
so
moved the microphone, you might as well
Fair enough,
use
fair
it.
enough.
That's so it gets recorded. Otherwise, it doesn't always pick up. Everything's recorded.
Are these costs approximate, or are they pretty?
The costs have been bid, so the costs are solid. The contractor can't change that. It's the quantity that may be adjusted if something is like the point you bring up about half the squares on my neighbor's property. Those are the things in the final adjustment. Once the field work is all done, we will come out and physically measure everything, but we have bid it at this point, so those numbers are pretty solid.
Okay. And I apologize because you probably sent a letter out about this, but the dues, when would we be expected? If we wanted to pay in one lump sum, when would we be expected to pay that?
Probably around before November 1. We would probably have invoices out sometime in October and probably a deadline around November 1.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was one of my questions too. So you will send out an invoice, and then is there a spot where somebody could say, you come in and pay it, or put it on my tax roll?
Our process is that if someone doesn't pay it, it goes on the taxes.
I see.
So
Okay.
that's this
Okay.
process allows for that. That's what you're saying can
Yeah.
happen. So we don't require somebody to write to us and say, put it on my taxes. It'll go there unless they wish to not have it on their taxes, and they can come in and pay
Great.
it, and then we won't send
Okay.
it to the tax roll.
And I believe, if I'm correct, as your due date to put things on the tax rolls November 15th before they,
That's our deadline. That means we
Deadline.
have to have everything, we have to have a couple weeks to get that all together to the county. And the county really doesn't want us to wait till November 15th.
Right.
So that's why we typically say the deadline in the past, November 1 is the deadline for payments at which we have to close the door
That
and then
gives time to
amass.
work on it.
Yeah, we got to get the whole list together and get it to the county.
So I have another question. And if Bill were here, I'd ask him, since he's not, maybe you or Cindy could answer for me. This is as far as when we vote for the timing and the percentage rate. Since my sidewalk needs to be repaired, is that something I should recuse myself from? Now, having said that, that's part A. Part B to my question is, I'm going to mine is less than the 500. So really, it won't impact me one way or another, but I just want to be fair and say my sidewalk is being replaced, and so I wonder if I should abstain from.
I guess my advice is to always be careful.
And
So
abstain.
now if we had 5 people up here that couldn't vote, we'd be in trouble.
Okay.
Because if you all had sidewalks going on. So I don't know that it's a legal conflict, but it is something that affects you financially. So
Yeah.
the safe thing to do would be to
Good, okay,
abstain.
I just wanted to be really clear. I felt like that was the right thing to do, is to abstain from voting since my address is on that list, but I just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else that wishes to speak? Okay, we will close the public hearing and move on to consider adoption of City of Edgerton Resolution 0718, preliminary resolution declaring the city council's intentions for the 2018 sidewalk project to exercise special assessment police powers.
I'll make the adoption of the City of Edgerton Resolution 7-18, preliminary resolution declaring the city council's intentions for the 2018 sidewalk project to exercise special assessment police powers, with the percentage rate to be at 3.75 for 5 years with a $200 minimum, as it was
Second.
last year.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Was that McIntyre that's
Yes.
second? Wellnuts?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
I abstain.
Olson?
yes.
Burdick?
Yes.
Esau?
Yes.
Motion passes. Any personal appearances from anyone that has something that's not on the agenda? Okay, we'll move on to the minutes from April 16th.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes from April 16th council meeting.
Second.
Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Make a motion to consider approval of the minutes from April 17th, 2018 council reorganization meeting.
Second.
Any corrections, additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. And the minutes from April 23rd.
A motion to approve minutes from April 23rd special council meeting.
Second.
Is everybody waiting to hit that second
guess.
together? Is there a timing in there? Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Committee reports and finance. Mark.
Make a motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $197,855.29.
I'll second.
Any questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Motion passes.
We had no licenses, so I'll move on to 3 and make a motion to approve a public event packet for Edgerton Lions Club Independence Day celebration and waive the fees.
I'll second.
Go ahead. This is a crazy second tonight.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve a temporary Class B license for the Edgerton Lions Club.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve a public event packet for the Edgerton Conservation Club's Kids Fishing Derby and waive the fees.
Second.
Any discussion? Stop down and have a hot dog and a pop.
And catch a fish.
Well,
And catch a
the kids
fish.
gotta do that.
What time is that? I didn't see it on the,
They start fishing at 10 and go till 2.
okay, thank
It
you.
just is such a wonderful event that you guys put on.
Okay, we'll have to vote on it to approve it so they can put it on this year. Roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes. Thank you.
Davis,
Yes.
Motion passes.
6, make a motion to approve a public event packet for the Arts Council of Edgerton's Concerts in the Park series and waive the fees.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve a public event packet for the Edgerton Fire District's EMS Week open house and waive the fees.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Same day as the fishing derby.
No,
No,
I don't think it
next
is.
day. Next
Is
day.
it? It's the
2 days in a
next
row.
day.
2 days in a row you can get
Saturday, right, is the Derby?
Sunday.
both are on Sunday.
They're both Sunday. Oh. Well, then you can catch a fish and go have a brat. Well, you can get your second brat.
Stop downtown for a beer.
Not the kids.
It won't be a good weekend.
Drop the kids at home.
Won't be a good weekend to cut back. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yep.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to waive the Racetrack Park shelter rental fees for June 11th to the 14th for an Edgerton Kids Camp to fight childhood obesity sponsored by Birth to 3 program.
I'll second.
And then you take the kids out there if you've had brats twice.
I knew that was coming.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the policy on bid requirements for agendas
I'll second.
That was with the change.
With the,
with
yeah.
with the change from $500 to
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Esau,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the sale of surplus equipment.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Is there any numbers that we got for this stuff?
Should be at your place there.
Oh, is it? Oh, thanks. Sorry about that. Yep, cool. Some good bucks.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Walnuts,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
McIntyre.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve bids for the electric wall heaters at the depot from Jensen Heating and Air Conditioning in the amount of $900 for installation and purchase.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Wellnutz,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
McIntyre.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Going to make a motion to approve the replacement of an air conditioner unit at the library in the amount of $3,583 from Clark Heating and Cooling.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Wellnutz,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
McIntyre.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve bids for repairs of the police department garage floor for Tellefson Concrete in the amount of $1,843.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Wellnutz,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Isa, McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Motion passes.
That's all I have for finance.
Okay, that seemed like enough tonight, so we'll go to the fire district.
Fire district, okay. We held a public hearing on Thursday, April 26th here at the City Hall. Semi fairly well attended, I think. So Chief Pickering and Deputy Chief Russ gave a great presentation about moving to a paramedic level service. I thought it was well received. And before I go on to number 2 to consider adoption of it, I would ask Chief Pickering if he has anything else to add.
Only general comments, usually just to keep you apprised of how we're doing.
Yep.
We are 11.5% year over year up in call volumes. So
That's huge. I mean, that's very big.
That number jumped significantly during April, partly I think because of the weather conditions that we were dealing with, and the brush fire season this year. We had some pretty busy days, but yeah, we're 11.5% year over year up.
And I'll elaborate on that. That's both fire and EMS combined, number of calls.
The good news is that the building revenue is also increasing in sync with the volumes. So from a budget perspective, we're actually very stable. I mean, it's not causing us that, but it is, as any of the volunteers will tell you, figures going off quite a bit, and we're putting a pretty big burden on it.
Yeah, so when the pager goes off, you've got the expense of running the vehicles, right? The gas, the maintenance. We've got the staffing that we pay. But on the flip side, there's billing that occurs with that too. So that's the good. Yeah, the department's doing good, Randy. Nice job. And because of that public hearing and the board, the district board did approve the resolution to support moving to a paramedic level service for the city of Edgerton and the municipalities. There's a resolution in your packet for the city of Edgerton for the council to hopefully approve it also. So I will make a motion to adopt the city of Edgerton resolution 918, support for the Edgerton Fire District Protection District, to apply to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services to advance to the paramedic level of service.
Second.
I think it was Matt.
Yeah.
Second to that. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Davis,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Wellnutz,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Isa,
Yes.
Motion passes.
And I'll keep you, the council, Randy and I will keep you apprised of what that process is through the state of Wisconsin and how that goes. Assuming it's all goes well, we're hoping to have the district or the department running paramedic in third or fourth quarter of yet this year. So I'll keep you posted.
Thank you. Tree Board.
Arbor Day was a success. 3 trees
Wow.
planted, lots of kids with dirt, it was great.
Cool. That's your dream come true, isn't it? Good.
Was that Friday?
It was, yes. The 7th.
Okay, next item is consider introducing and approving the first reading of City of Edgerton Ordinance 0418, amending Section 6.03 Municipal Judge of the Code of General Ordinances.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Wellnuts?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Burdick?
Yes.
Esau?
Yes.
Motion passes. Consider mayor's appointment to Police Commission and Plan Commission. Well, I had both of them filled until this morning and had a conflict with one, so I'd like to nominate Lisa Vensky for the Police Commission.
I'll make that a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Good choice.
Jim gathered her up. Roll call.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Burdick?
Yes.
Esau?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Wellnuts?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Up to Lisa, she thanks you guys. She sent that to me, so. But she also put maybe.
Too late now.
That's right. Done.
Okay, next one is consider adoption of declaration recognizing Police Week.
Make that a motion to adopt declaration recognizing Police Week.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
When is that week?
Starting next Sunday, isn't it? 13th through the...
Please extend our thanks to you and all of your staff, Tom, for everything they do.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Wellnuts?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Burdick?
Yes.
Esau?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Motion passes. The item is to consider declaration recognizing Emergency Medical Services Week,
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second.
which is the following week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're having a broad fight to kick theirs
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Yeah. And big vehicles to go through.
Are we having donuts to kick off the police week?
I want the record to show I can...
Very
I read your sign language. Okay, any other discussion?
No, but we will, Thursday, we have the board meeting, the fire district board meeting first, and I'll extend our thanks and appreciation on behalf of Edgerton City Council for all of the EMS personnel. Like it or not, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, are we ready for a roll call? Okay, roll call.
Davis?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Wellnuts?
Yes.
Burdick?
Yes.
Esau?
Yes.
Motion passes. And just a hard time for the police chief. There used to be a donut bakery right next door, and it's not there anymore, so they must not hang out there enough. So, Mayor, alderperson, and staff reports. Try to get down to the kids fishing derby, May 20th. And then go down to have a brat, second brat, third brat, whatever, at the fire station for the EMS open house. And then this Saturday, out at the hospital at 9 o'clock, it starts, is the kids' safety safari, which will have hopefully some emergency vehicles and then bike training and helmets and all that good stuff out there for that. So That is all I have.
One additional thing about the EMS week, that's a good opportunity to see the brand-new ambulance too, as well as the ladder truck. So,
Is there what's the latest with the South Main Street project? Are we still working on that, working with the state or anything, or the counties for grant monies?
We're waiting for the state to revamp all their programs, so we've not heard yet. We were to have heard last year regarding our grant application. So we are in a holding pattern, really.
on hold, I hate that street.
Yeah, there's
Me
a
and
lot
everybody
of-
else.
There's a lot of reorganization going on right now regarding grant funding.
Good.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.